Hello and welcome to the Idiot Book Nook. My name is Blazewing. My pronouns are she, her, and they, them.
I am the reading dragon, and my pronouns are she, her.
I'm Lady Punnet. My pronouns are primarily she, her, sometimes they, them. Today is a she day kind of day.
And I'm Critter Shy. My pronouns are she, her, they, them. Today's a she day. Or a booby day, whatever you want to call it.
Very much a she day.
She day.
She day.
If
She day. She
you,
day there.
You what?
She day there.
Cool. If you'd like to follow us on social media, you can do so at lanktr.ee/idiotbooknook. You'll be able to find links to all of our socials, our YouTube, the Twitch, all of our individual stuff, the podcast. Basically, if we want it linked, it's going to be there. We are reading from Lost in the Woods today by Old World Charm. I believe this is episode 87, but don't quote me on that. I will find out when I go to edit this podcast episode.
We're somewhere in the 80s.
Yeah, we're in like the late 80s for this. So thank you very much for sticking around and for being here with us for almost 100 episodes. We appreciate it.
Because girls just want to have fun. Oh, girls
just wanna.
Lost in the Woods, okay, as in would or would not. Okay, Lost in the Woods. Gotcha. So it's a silent L. My mistake.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Woods.
Bit of house.
That wasn't me this time.
Bit of housekeeping before we get started. Lady Punnet had an unexpected trip out of town this evening.
I did?
No. Because of my schooling schedule for the summer, we might be moving back to an early morning schedule. And I do apologize for that. It's just the way my classes worked out. It's the way schooling's working out, and there's things going on with schooling, but we'll get into that later. So be prepared for us in a few weeks to move back to a morning schedule. We do apologize for the inconvenience. Anybody else have anything they want to cover in housekeeping before we move on?
No, like I said, I won't be here next week, but eyeballs should be all good for the week after.
Cool.
So,
Anyone else?
Nothing comes to mind.
Cool.
My cat's judging me.
Unless I happen to schedule a car service for a Wednesday, but that might actually be in the afternoon.
Okay.
Or at least I would try to make it into the afternoon.
Okay. So, we're starting off tonight with a poem called Come What May.
Don't you try to eat Luna. She's done nothing to you.
The cat was trying to eat my mannequin.
Ah, gotcha. Vernal bloom under a carnal moon, a master of sheets, bed, and page. The divine consume, night or noon. The ink never dries, not for the sage. The tongue doesn't lie, not like it lays. The lust just doesn't die, come what may.
I'm getting wizard.
Yeah.
And once again, I have the orchestra downtown.
oh no.
Are they at least playing nice music today?
No, it's sirens. So.
It's the siren head singing the song of their people.
Good night, Vampire Princess.
Good night.
Good
luck
night,
on your
Vampire
project.
Princess.
So, what are you guys getting from this other than its wizard vibes?
This is definitely something that is going on during the turn of the season.
Mm-hmm.
Like as if this is some kind of spring fling or summer romance. Summer lovin'.
Okay.
Something along those lines.
I'm getting very much the time of day doesn't matter, what's going on doesn't matter, so long as crap. What's that word? What's that word? I had it. It was like on the tip of my tongue.
There's a word for that.
Of course
Probably.
there is. But yeah, it's definitely oh geez, like I don't want to say like a declaration. That's not right either.
A vow?
Proclamation?
Maybe like a
The time of day generally doesn't matter, is what I'm seeing here. Skill set doesn't matter so long as you're good at what you do, I guess.
Mm-hmm. I am suddenly very hungry.
mm-hmm.
Gonna be a bit of
That's
a
definitely a theme here too. There's definitely a hunger that seems unsatisfied or at least
don't
forever
think-
lasting.
That's not the kind of hunger I'm having, guys!
no, but it was a nice segue.
I do what I can.
Dragon, I see your judgment eyes.
The next poem. Admiring admonishment. My calloused hands caress the wine-stained blush of their own stinging signature, and yet you dare speak, until I silence you with the plunge of uncaring fingers, seeking to ruin your soul with immaculate nonchalance. That's a
Right in front of my sandwich, really?
What are we getting for D&D class with this?
Bard,
Bard?
mixed with warlock.
I'm getting more warlocky vibes.
I would say sorcerer.
Oh yeah,
Mm.
yeah.
Or you know what?
Necromancer.
Or you hear me out. Hear me out. There's a certain aspect of we're gonna call it punishment. So maybe paladin.
Old World
Ooh.
Old World Charm wants to know if that's a ham sandwich.
Peanut butter and honey.
Also,
Ooh,
also
that's a
good
good one.
choice. I'm seeing a crafter working hard enough and long enough that his hands start to bleed.
So like an artificer.
Yeah.
I like an artist, right? Like somebody who's been working long enough that his hands are literally leaving bloody fingerprints.
So it could be a crafter bard. Because bard is about artwork and different forms of art style utilizing their magic in a more creative way, artistic way.
Or if we're just going completely down the gutter route, there is one other option with this that I'm seeing. I believe the term red wings comes into play here.
Mm-hmm.
You know, not exactly where I thought you were going with that, but yeah, okay, I could see that.
There's a reason this channel and this podcast are 18 plus and marked as explicit.
I'm not familiar with that term.
We'll explain
And
when
no
you're
one's
older.
ever earned them for you.
We'll explain when you're older.
I'm only a couple years younger than you guys.
How old are you again?
I'm 30.
Well,
I'm
I'll tell you what.
29.
Make a note. Ask me once the podcast is over.
Fine.
I'm
Ask
the
me once
youngest
we're
one
offline.
here.
Ask me once we're offline. With that, I believe we have another poem to go through. Also, Old World Charm says, not a fan of the Detroit's hockey team. I don't get the reference.
Huh?
My turn?
Look them up.
I think yeah.
What?
1 second.
You want to put that in the chat? Like in the Discord chat, please?
The Detroit's hockey team is the Red Wings.
Okay, so shall we consider that as confirmed by the author then?
All right. What? All right. Am I
Their
looking at
symbol?
the team
Well,
from
well-
Red Wing or hockey?
We'll
No,
we'll
you're not looking up anything. You're reading.
we'll tell you once we're off air because that is a
Fine.
Twitch TOS violation.
All right, fine. Just double check if this is a naughty one or not. It is not. Okay. Discordant delights. The words I carefully conjure construct complete chaos and disorder, as though they're digging my grave while building a new world order. At times my bones ache under the weight of all the worlds I am still a stranger to. And yet, in matters of the heart, I have no regrets.
That's nice.
Getting paladin.
Yeah, definitely paladin vibes.
Or
I don't know
cleric.
what else though.
I think cleric could work.
Yeah,
I would-
like yeah.
I'd go with a cleric.
Yeah. Ooh, what domain of cleric though?
Healing, life, love,
So life
Yeah.
domain cleric?
give or take.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what to make of this one.
I think in a way it's very self-explanatory for this one. At least for me, it feels that way.
Somebody needs to fix the goddamn muffler.
Yep. I really hate. Why do people think that's okay for cars?
I'm 14 floors up.
I know that. I know how loud mufflers can get. I hate how loud mufflers get. Why do people think that's a cool thing? It's actually horrible for your car.
That's why my friends and I call people who ride cars like that. We call them tiny penises. And we yell it out loud so they can hear us say it.
Yeah.
Because it's a clear display of them trying to overcompensate for something.
I do see bits of solid love in this poem. Those last two lines, in matters of the heart I have no regrets.
Yeah.
Kinda not regretting choices when it comes to love, right?
Yeah.
I do see a bit of weariness in here.
I think it would go well with the saying it's better to have lost in love than to have never loved at all.
Fair. Walk slowly to my loud sports car again. Samurai Shampoo says, I am a tiny penis and I'm offended you would associate me with mufflers. You guys! No! No!
Yeah, but you guys don't advertise that you have such things by getting loud ass mufflers. You don't try to overcompensate for it.
Critter, you're up. They call me the Pinky
Call me the
Promise.
Pinky Promise.
That's great. I love it.
At least they're not calling you little finger.
I mean, we've seen his fingers in videos, so just saying.
Really?
One of these days, we might have to bring him into the chat just so he can growl.
Please, please, please do.
When we're at the final few pages, if he's interested, we'll bring him in.
Yeah.
Maybe have him read like the last one or something like that.
I'd actually
he's
like
up
to
for it.
see. Old World Charm. I'd actually like to hear you read your poem, like some of your poems.
He has done this a few times in the past.
Yep. My mic auto muffles the growl. Ah, I'm sorry.
Yeah, because like at one point we were talking about seeing about doing a segment of Idiot Book Nook where we actually do a conversation with authors if we're able to get a hold of them.
We could do that for our 100th episode.
We could.
If he's into it.
Which means we'll also need to set up something with AP Whitfield as well.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, I had my mic muted. We can talk about logistics after we're done stream and figure out what that looks like before we approach people. If you're down, like we should talk. We'll talk about this. We'll talk about logistics after stream, and then we may be in touch. Because we do know where to get a hold of you, at least somewhat. So
it's been like 4 years since we last hung out in the same Discord chat with him.
My people will talk to your people. I have people?
We have people? Wait, I
We
know
are the people.
We're people.
Pardon?
Sort of.
We
somewhat,
are?
on occasion.
I thought our pets were our people.
Legitimate.
All right.
All right.
I'm the youngest of those people.
Critter. You have to do this one sultry.
You can do it.
Which is perfect. You're in the outfit for it too.
Did I stutter? Mr. Flu is a tenacious negotiator.
It's hard to when you guys keep dropping this shit.
It wasn't me that dropped it.
Sorry. Focus.
Night of love. Kiss me like the morning light paints vibrance into the cherry blossoms. Hold me like the mist of Avalon, cascade over the moors of Camelot. Bewitch me like the fathomless lake as I sink my Excalibur into the sheath of your sword.
Sir! Good sir!
Sir!
This is a Wendy's, damn it!
We own a Wendy's?
I wish.
No explanation needed.
Excalibur.
I love it.
Actually
You know how many things I could make, like little stickers, little designs of stickers of all the things we discuss in this chat.
Once we're done with this episode, with I think with the Twitch chat, I might share one or two of mine that I've written that I have never released to anyone. So stick around. That being
This
said,
is a bard. Actually, no, I want to propose. This is a bard fighter.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
Captain Bard.
I think just straight up fighter for this one.
I tell you, a couple of modifications. It could be Helena. You've all played with Helena in different campaigns.
Yep.
Then if you must, you must.
That's a fighter.
I'm loving
The worst part, well, not the worst part, but as you guys know, so although my Twitch handle is Lady Punnant, my TikTok handle, which I'm debating changing, is Paulina Avalon. Because Avalon is one of my favorite mythical places.
Same as mine.
Yep.
I'm very.
fact,
Go ahead.
Throughout my entire life, throughout my entire life, my actual name kept getting butchered to the point where people would also mistake the pronunciation of my name as Avalon instead of Avonlea.
I have to say, I'm loving the wordplay of this one and the innuendo. Like, I am a sucker for innuendo. Yeah. So, very well done. Very clearly painted picture, so congratulations on that. And the comparison that you draw to legendary or mythical places like Avalon and Camelot, beautiful. Love it. I'm loving that imagery because there's a certain romanticism about it, right? There's a certain image that comes to mind the moment you mention that because it's so well ingrained in our culture and our society. So, very well done.
Old World Chime says, my first car was a Toyota Avalon. Amazing backseat space. Sir!
Good sir!
Sir!
Nice.
How dare you bring that into our Minecraft server?
This is a Christian Minecraft server?
This is not a Christian Minecraft server, and y'all know it.
You are more than welcome. Like I said, I do enjoy I do enjoy wordplay, and I enjoy it even more when it's done right, and that was done right. So it's like, what is it? The thing going around that was going around TikTok about a year or so ago. TikTok's dirtiest words song or whatever. I enjoyed that one too.
We lost Critter.
Yeah, she'll be back. She's probably going to deal with
the house goblins.
the horde. Yeah.
Behold, one of my negotiators. I don't know if you guys can see him.
I think Critter's negotiator's the mic. It's staring at us. It's got the googly eyes
the
on it.
mic with the eyeballs.
The microphone.
Oh, this one fell to me?
Yeah.
Oh, damn. Okay.
You have two
pages.
full pages, my girl.
Oh.
It's a far cry from me not getting a lot of the longer ones when we started, I think. That being said, I do want to wait until Critter comes back for this, depending on how long she is, because I'm actually kind of looking forward to this.
Especially since its title is the book's namesake.
It sure is.
That would be when we would roll credits, but we don't have credits because we don't have enough people working here to have enough to roll credits much as just pay to black.
I can do a credit stream, credit scene if need be. It just won't be very long.
I mean, you could just do them as like individual slides.
I mean, I could. We can talk about that later, though.
I don't know why. Every time I think of like a credits reel or credits whole scene thing, for some god-awful reason, the end credits theme song for the Broadway musical Cats runs through my head. The original production, too. That got to be filmed on VHS. Which I really like it when Broadway musicals do that.
Yeah.
And I am exceptionally salty over the fact that Wicked... Ooh, Rainbow Stars! I am exceptionally salty over the fact that Wicked never did that.
Fair.
It's one of the main reasons why I've never seen the production of Wicked.
Fair. Okay. Lost in the Woods. I wouldn't have started had I known I had to quit. Wait. I guess you could say it runs through your... God damn it, Xylanth. Lost in the Woods. I wouldn't have started had I known I had to quit. I wouldn't have got the paper wet had I known I couldn't finish it. I wouldn't have made the memory had I known I would forget. I wouldn't have watched the rise if I'd known it had to set. Or would I? I'm trying to give away the key to the door I cannot yet walk through. I'm trying to live and breathe for more than just one truth. I want to speak from the throat of all my past lives, but I'm afraid I'll become someone that I no longer recognize. I would not have climbed this mountain had I known I wouldn't see the top. I would not have bolted ahead had I known I'd have to stop. I would not have lifted my chin had I known that it would drop. I would not have entered the ring had I known I'd be rocked. Or would I? I would. As pain is a symptom of growing towards success, the brain would go insane without each and every test. Love is a seed I sow and soil despite distress, and every row in the royal takes me towards my very best. I would give myself patience had I known I'd get there in the end. I would have let my guard down, had I known I'd make these friends. It's time to give myself what I've been giving all of you. I would have let myself daydream, had I known one would come true. I would. I will. I am. And I do.
We love you too, Old Will Child.
Barbarian.
No.
No?
Nope. I don't see a barbarian here. This is too...
What do you think?
I'm going to dig into stereotypes here for a sec. This is a little too eloquent for a barbarian. This is very well spoken.
I'm
because
toward... Go ahead. Sorry.
No, go ahead. What were you saying?
I was going to say I'm leaning towards something like monk.
Oh.
A barbarian who rages because his loving hugs can't reach beyond time zones? Possibly. I'm seeing a scribe.
Yeah, I can see that.
I'm seeing somebody who's tried 100 times and found 100 ways that haven't worked before finding something that did. And it's almost like a love letter to one's past self.
Mm-hmm.
You know, despite all the troubles, despite all of the worries, all of the frustrations, you need to be kind to yourself. Because not to do so is an injustice to you and those around you, and you can't love other people without loving yourself first. And at the end of that comes success, or at least some sort of understanding with oneself.
Yeah.
Just my thoughts, though.
I like it.
Well, it's definitely a good goddamn English
Analogy.
Yeah. And I think analogy probably works better.
Mm-hmm.
So,
thank you, Old Will Child.
Of all your insights, thank you for giving us something to have insights about.
Your mic keeps cutting in and out. Just so you know.
Hold on. Twitch, bear with me for one moment, please.
Get this lady a new mic.
Unfortunately, because I did that, my camera actually did pop on. It's not supposed to do... Okay, never mind. Get this lady a new mic. I'm actually kind of a fan of this mic. I wouldn't mind like a more professional one. But we'll see how that goes.
You at least sound really good. It's just the fact that it cuts in and out sometimes.
Discord's being a little bitch because I guarantee you my OBS is picking it up.
That's likely to, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Oh, we're getting a sports commercial. Gross.
No.
Which sport?
We love our little bitches here. I mean, yeah. Alright, Dragon. I believe you're up next.
I'm going to use a little bit of a creepier voice.
Yeah.
Rotting thoughts. Thrilling these thoughts. Filling these thoughts. But if such thoughts left to rot, chilling these thoughts.
Alright there, Grania.
Listen here, Bartimus.
Necromancer
Yep.
that spent a little too much time with their dead friends. When your mom told you to make friends, she didn't mean like that.
When your friends
Grania
don't work like they used to before.
I think it's kind of like what intrusive thoughts would. Man, I'm sorry. I'm really struggling with my English tonight.
You're good. When intrusive thoughts kind of take over and make themselves apparent. But you can't let them sit for too long, otherwise you run into problems.
Do not let such thoughts manifest for too long. Otherwise,
I'm sorry, but you sound like a Skeksis.
Okay, so Grania, my NPC in my world of Megalodonia, Grania, she is an Aarakocra necromancer, and yes, I fashioned her out of a Skeksis from the
Nice.
Star Crystal.
Awesome. Yep. Love it. Perfect.
Because I love the Skeksis.
Old World Charm says you're Skeksis and you know it. And I know it. No, he says you're Skeksis and I know it. You know what I see here? To some degree, the inside of my head. On a daily basis. I see myself in that.
Yep.
Yeah, I think a lot of people can relate to this one in some ways.
How does it feel looking at the reflection of yourself, Blaze?
This is only surface level, thank you.
How does it feel to see this, though?
Rejection sensitivity dysphoria is a bitch.
The carnage
That's what I say to that.
The carnage and the bloodshed that ensues in my brain is wild.
Tabletop Fortress says, I come back to Grania. Way too skexy for Twitch.
Yep. Lady Punnett.
No.
Lady Punnett, what do you got?
Wherever you go, there you are. It's already noon, and I have 5 reasons to skip town for good. 2 inside of me, 1 beside me, 1 in the trunk, and 1 more under the hood. 2 hearts break. It's hard pay. But sometimes we get lost too. On hard days, the music plays. Songs don't last like they ought to. Noble by name, not fazed by fame. Lore fades in principle. We all play the game. No 2 ways the same. Shame the score stays invisible.
Oh, you are speaking to my soul, man.
We start 1 foot in the grave, brave for the day. Well, when life finds its relevance, and when the closet is full of what we didn't say, we dance with our skeleton. We part with the pain, undismayed are they. Awake made in reverence, how the mind stays the same. Well, hearts, how they change, the hurt gives them permanence. So cheers to these years and the secrets we've shared. Throw back such bold spirits. Salute to hearts bared. Damned that we did, damned that we cared. All of our times lived, none of it spared.
So like what Tabletop Fortress says, why did it give me serial killer vibes? I was totally thinking Hannibal Lecter.
You are speaking to my soul with this.
This is well done.
On a level that not many people can reach with me. Congratulations on that. And this is a necromancer.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Oh, yeah. Another necromancer one, everyone.
I am innately drawn to the darkness. I have a phrase these days. The beauty within the darkness. You know,
yeah.
The way to blaze his soul is with fava beans and a nice shanty by Silent Death.
I am getting like necromancer, almost stalker vibes, like
yep.
kind of like Dr. Frankenstein looking for like the perfect bits and pieces to create the perfect being.
Agreed.
Mm-hmm. That ticking sound.
The beauty within the darkness. You can't have the light. You can't have the dark without the light. You can't have the light without the dark. It's a balancing act. But to live in the dark is something special. Anyone else?
Again, I got Hannibal Lecter vibes.
Agreed.
So, a necromancer who likes to cook.
I think it's one of.
Okay.
I think the very last verse says almost a lot in terms of what it's about, like the damn that we did, damn that we cared, and I think it's one of those. You can do everything right and still lose.
Agreed.
Sometimes, right?
Agreed.
And I think that's part of, like they said, like with that darkness that comes with some of that.
The thing is, we all have an innate darkness inside of us. Every single one of us. I don't care who you are. I don't care what you believe in. We all have a darkness inside of us. But to ignore
Babies.
it, that's when you run into problems. To fully embrace it without the realization of what it is, you run into problems.
Yep.
You have to acknowledge it and use it to strengthen yourself, I think. Why are you whipping your computer?
I'm not trying to whip the computer because I accidentally did this and it hit my mic and it made a fun sound and I wanted to see if I could do it again.
No, no,
everybody.
Tabletop Fortress. We should sit down and talk sometime. I'll tell you exactly. I'll tell you some of the things that go through my mind.
You know, Tabletop Fortress would sit down and listen too.
I am generally fairly reserved with the public for very specific reasons.
Yeah.
Oh, then I can make Harold flustered in real time and see his reactions. That'd be fun.
All right, Critter.
The Grand Central Station. The sunlight of the Grand Central Station had seen more sincere kisses than any church in the world, until the day the skyscrapers blocked out the sun.
This sounds like someone who's lived long enough to see changes that weren't necessarily for the better, and seeing how those changes take away from the otherwise beauty of the world.
I was getting World Trade Center crashing from 9/11.
No, that would be in reverse. Wait. It talks about the Grand Central Station saw a lot of the world until the world started to build up around it.
Yeah.
The beauty, like, that it once experienced, but then the city grew and blocked out everything, and now all you can see is buildings.
Yeah. Kind of like when you buy a plot of land with a house out in the country, but you're there long enough to watch as everything else around you starts getting more houses, and then all of a sudden there's neighborhoods, and all of a sudden there's shops and malls and stuff like that. Yes.
Well, when we're all just done discussion, I was going to say maybe we stop this episode and start filming the next episode since we don't have anything in the bank and we can't film next week because Critter won't be here.
We can do next week without Critter if Critter doesn't mind, but
No, I don't mind.
That's up to Critter.
No, I don't mind at all. And like there's a possibility that I could like be here, just not like be able to read anything.
Well, I mean, we can take over the reading aspect, not a problem. Like, don't stare too hard at things and just...
Oh, well, I'm going to have like big old freaking like blackout glasses anyways.
Like, have us do the reading, and we're more than happy to have you along for discussion if you want. If it's not going to be...
Okay. I wasn't sure if we wanted
to do that or not. Just suggestions, because I'm okay to keep going because I stream right now.
Yep.
So we have very few poems left.
We only have a couple poems. We have like.
We can put my critter mannequin doll in a chair while she's gone.
Sir, I have questions here.
Yeah. And,
How accurate is this mannequin?
and do you have mannequin
Unfortunately,
dolls?
I didn't know she had
Okay. I'm actually thinking this might be a good place to pause this book. So we can save some for next week, actually.
Yeah.
The Japanese can make anything. I mean, you're not wrong, but sir.
I mean, I wouldn't mind if someone had a mannequin doll of me. It would raise some questions as to what you're doing with said doll, but
It's funny because there's
we
an
get paid
actual
royalties for this doll?
please.
there's an anime out there with my real life name. That's like the main title.
God damn it.
Dang.
With that, if you give me 1 second, I'm going to close out this episode, and then I have something to. I have a couple of things to share with y'all. If you would like to follow
No,
us,
thank you.
What? Dragon Ball? We don't. God damn it.
We only have 15 left,
Yep.
guys.
Yep, we're coming up on the end.
Yeah.
If you'd like to follow us on socials, you can do so at linktr.ee/Idiot Book Nook. We here at the Idiot Book Nook would like to thank you for joining us this episode and this reading of poetry. We hope that you have enjoyed this trip through Lost in the Woods by Old World Charm. We want to thank Old World Charm for joining us in our chat and giving us feedback and interacting with us. It means the absolute world. We don't know where the road's going to take us in life, guys, but the fact that you all continue to travel it is absolutely amazing. It's a bit of a rough
Maybe
world.
we'll go into the woods.
Old Little Charm says it gives me an alibi, that's all.
Glad we could help.
The world is rough these days. Take it easy. Take care of yourself. And remember, you are more than enough. For the Idiot Book Nook, I'm Blazewing.
I am the Reading Dragon.
I'm Lady Punnet.
And I'm Crittershy.
And we'll see you next episode. Thanks for coming.
Yeah.
Bye.